Yep, I am a conservative. And it has taken me this long to just come out and say that publicly. And I have been a conservative for the better part of 20 years. If people pay attention to my conversation, things that I say publicly, I think it's pretty clear. But to come out and say that I'm a conservative, to say that I am a Republican, is quite problematic if you can't see why. We are taught as Black people. First, let me say, I think that this country is just so obsessed with race, and there lies the problem. You should not vote any one way because you are a specific race. It's extremely ignorant and short-sighted, and just something that I have personally never bought into. But unfortunately, this is the country, the values that a lot of the people in this country hold is race is the first conversation. And if you're Black, that means, and if you're white, that means, and it's absolutely ridiculous because it doesn't matter how melanated or not you are. Number one, almost all of us can see our DNA and see we're multiple things. And number two, my race has nothing to do with my ethics, integrity, my values, or how I see the world. I'm a Black woman who loves America and loves being American, something you don't really hear from a lot of Black people in the United States. So, as a Black person, I have gotten many years, again, this is my first time saying this publicly, called all sorts of names because my views on the prison system and social justice and different sorts of social causes. I am called everything but a child of God, as they will say. And it's never really mattered to me. I really don't care because I tend to say that if you determine your value based upon the opinions of people whose lives you would never in a million years even spend 5 seconds in, then you're the slow person, right? But unfortunately, this is a conversation where in the United States of America, if you're Black, you are automatically assumed to be a liberal. You're automatically assumed to be a Democrat. You are automatically assumed to be of that plantation mentality. And I absolutely am not. And I wanted to make this channel and start having this conversation because I think more people of color, more Black people need to be comfortable coming forward and saying, I love being American. I have conservative values. I love family. I believe that the traditional male, the role that men play in the household and in families are purposely being washed away. I believe that this country, in the way that it's going, it's going to hell. And I think it's time for us to stand up. And my being Black has nothing to do with which way I vote. My values do. And my values are conservative values. And so I created, I'm a conservative, and I am going to talk here and on TikTok and other places more about what that means to me and what that looks like. But I wanted to have an outlet to really have some of these conversations. I am, that I know of, the only conservative in my family. Most of my friends, if they look like me, they are not conservative. Some of them are, but let me take that back. They are conservative, but have absolutely been brainwashed by the belief that being Black means being Democratic. So again, I'll talk about that in other videos. It's a brainwashing. It's a tricking. It is literally a scam that Black people have bought into that holds them down. It continues to tell them they're a victim, and you're absolutely not. And no one's really ready for that conversation. As a matter of fact, and I'm not going to go deep into it right now, I remember posting on Facebook a few months ago that as long as you continue to believe you're a victim, you will continue to be your own oppressor. And that post went viral, and people jumped all over me. Not, I don't care, because even in the jumping all over me, they continue to show their victim mentality. And there's a reason that I have freedoms in life, and I have continued to create success and build. I'm not special. I just never bought into the fact that I was a victim. I wasn't even raised to think that I was a victim. And I tell my mom all the time, I think you're actually a conservative. I think you're actually a Republican, but it just breaks her little 1950s Birmingham, Alabama, born and raised soul to be anything other than Democratic. So yeah, that's me. Welcome to, yep, I'm a conservative and I am looking forward to making videos on here.